you ready?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
How's the pumped up music?
I'm loving it. It's a good
what-
way to start it.
What do we hear? We hear nothing.
We don't hear anything, but we're still in the beat, though.
So thank you for joining. So introduce yourself.
I'm Richo. I'm from Mud Mods and Beers. We've been going for 2 or 3 years, and we drive these things around, build them, go camping, and have a couple of beers along the way.
And it's you and your son, does it?
Me and my son, Ando, and we have a few other people join us here and there.
Yep.
Ando's mates, my mates, we all just, we just have fun.
And I keep getting told I need to introduce myself. I'm Dylan from Off Track, and I have Off Track 4x4 as my other main channel. So if you want to go check that out, and then there's the website as well, and Facebook, Instagram. You got Facebook.
We got
Instagram.
all those, Facebook, and the TikTok.
Yep. Oh, you got the TikTok.
We're on the talk, We're all over it.
How's the TikTok going? Because I haven't jumped across yet.
No, I think we've got not many. I think we're up to nearly 5,000 followers.
Geez, that's not bad.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We had a couple when Andy sunk his 79 up at the Glassy last year. He that got like 100,000 views. Yeah.
Do you get paid on TikTok?
No,
No, really?
I haven't tried to.
What about, do you do Facebook?
Yeah, we've got maybe 13 followers. No, I don't know. We've got like 200 or 300. It's not many.
Because Facebook's apparently making a comeback to try and get people on there and starting to pay pretty well. If you can get good numbers. So it's a good place for people to go. Apparently it's meant to be on par with YouTube sort of money that you can make, which is rubbish, but it's the best of the bunch.
Yeah, no, we kind of started with YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we kind of, only about a year ago, thought, well, let's give Insta a go and we'll give TikTok. We did, and we were on Facebook loosely, but
Insta's a hard one, isn't it? To get growth on Instagram.
it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very slow, but I think it's when you get it, it's kind of it's a good follow. I don't think they unfollow as easily. Like they keep staying there. Yeah.
The weird thing is with Instagram and Facebook, I've noticed that if you do, so like I did a paid advertising for the fundraiser, and you pick up big numbers from paid
on Facebook.
Promotions on Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
Which is really interesting. Versus if you do it on YouTube, you generally don't get as much bang for buck.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
So they're obviously better with the way that they do the ads on Instagram, and maybe make it harder for you to get followers so people pay for them.
And more targeted. Yeah. Fair.
So you got the beer. I've just got me water, which I don't have on the table, which I sort of said to you, it's funny, it's because I don't drink, there's no beer, which it feels like there should be beers in these sort of podcasts.
Yeah, well, we need to get you a beer can with water in it and a stubby cooler.
That's a good idea. I originally thought that I would do like lemon lime bitters in stubby coolers, but I just never am organised enough to have them.
To have them with you.
Okay, so should we get into channel? So first thing I want to talk about is... So let's talk about last week. I asked these guys if they could reach out and help the channel. First time I've ever actually done it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I thought I would get, like, if I was lucky, $100, where ended up $680 plus today when I went and dropped off one of the prizes, got an extra $50 from 2 Moodles.
That's cool.
So go check out their stuff. They do all dog toys and accessories.
Do they?
Yeah. And they were lovely. I got to spend I was a little bit late getting to you because I spent too much time with them.
I was busy out in the driveway, I know. It was all good.
But then I'll put up on the screen, if you want to read through the names, and then I'll chuck them up because I said to people I'll give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Now, this is an interesting one. I'll get your thoughts on it. Ash said we shouldn't say the amount, versus I thought we should say the amount that they donated.
I'd say no.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm autistic, so I'll take the non-autistic people's approach.
All right. Well, let's just go through who's donated. So we've got Nathan Bridgeland.
Yep.
Helen Shilton, Marie Lewis, Graham Cole, Keelan Farnham, Andy Wells, Ian Smith, Tony Smith, Jeff Egan. They're at Gone Travelling Oz, and Christina Farmer.
Is there any others in the description here that have listed their channels?
Let's have a look. Novel to meet you both. Cheers, Wes and Keelan from Getaway Teardrop Campers.
Getaway Teardrop Campers. Yeah, so if you want to hire a camper and go to Fraser or Double Island, or want to buy a small teardrop camper, they do campers.
Cheers, off Camp and Andy.
Off Camping Andy. He's
Keep the awesomeness up. And do keep the awesomeness up. Cheers from the two turkeys at Overweight and Underpowered.
Oh, they're brilliant lads.
Hope you came through. That might be it.
Yep,
that might be it. Yeah.
So a couple of channels donated, which was really generous of them.
Very much so.
Yeah. So thank you everybody who donated. Yeah, that went to the freight. Got one left to send. Everything's been sent. Everything's been delivered. I've just got a 280 amp hour battery that I've got to figure out how the hell to get to South Australia, because Australia Post won't take it. And
well, don't put it in your car because you'll be overweight.
I wish I had another camera to show these guys. I said to you, I'm bringing the 70, and then I rock up with a Mazda.
You must have went through a lot of rain because it's shrunk on the way here.
It's red like the 70, but yeah, I'm in the Mazda 3, and it currently has 480 amp hours of battery in it, which is more than most four-wheel drives.
It's way more than this, yeah.
And it's got a King's 60-litre pull-out drawer in it.
Does it? Yep. 60. What do you think they got?
So, interesting, we've had it for now 4 days testing it.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Got from 28 degrees to 1 degree in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it used, in 48 hours, it used 20% of a 200 amp hour battery.
I had one in this, and I actually, the power and the temperature was great. I just struggled because you filled it up with cans, or because you could set milk up right, which was good. But a lot of things fell over when it was half empty, and they didn't come with the dividers in it. But yeah, cracking fridge.
Yeah. So I did their upright fridge, and it went really good till it didn't go good.
But don't they have a 5-year warranty?
They're really good. The reason I bought it is their consumer law. They're immaculate. So
Are they?
I'm assuming they've been taken to QCAT a fair few times.
A couple of times.
And now they're just like stuff it. Big warranties because legally they have to.
Yeah.
And then you walk in with a product that doesn't work. Yep, sweet, there's your money back.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, they straight away ask you, do you want replacement, refund, and they won't even offer a repair. It's just easier for them to replace
That's
it or
really
refund.
good, isn't it?
Versus, unfortunately, some of the other brands that I've got that I'm not sponsored with are a nightmare. We'll just refuse to give it money back, refuse to replace it. Just know you've got to send it to us for repair. Where I'm a big believer, if something's broken, I don't want it. I would rather a brand new one that didn't come with a fault. You have the broken one. And the companies that I've dealt with fridges, they said, well, for us, we don't like following consumer law because why would we want a second-hand fridge sitting in our factory that we can't sell? And I'm like, well, it's not my problem.
That's right.
Make sure you build your fridges better.
Yeah, build them better. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I got to rate Kings for that, which is why we're testing it, and we're doing some tests now and see how it goes, and then we'll take it to the Cape if it...
So jealous of your Cape trip. So jealous.
Should come.
I should come. I can't get time off work, but I should come. Yeah.
It's, as we were talking off camera, it's a long way to go. So we're lucky that Ash is on long service and, well, my head doesn't work, so I don't work anymore. So we can just go and take 28 days. The only reason we're doing it in 28 days, she wants to be back to ride a horse in a competition.
Right.
Otherwise, we could go for longer. But
so good. And good time of year, dry season. Yeah.
Well, and then we're going pretty early because we've been told July school holidays.
Oh, really? Does it get busy?
We've been told to avoid, and then so whether or not we do the OTT, we haven't decided yet. We might do some of it, but because we're going to be there early, the water's going to be really high.
Yeah.
And we were talking these things. Yeah, you don't want to break them. It's both our forever cars.
Yes, get them fixed easily, but you don't want to break them.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
What else have we got to talk about? Dun. Oh yeah, so moving forward, and I'll get your thoughts on this as well. So normally I do a charity a week.
Yep.
And we raise money and the money gets donated to that charity. With the success of the fundraiser, I thought about moving it to a monthly charity and then get sponsors on board to do a fundraiser. So there's prizes that people actually win by donating. What's your thoughts on that?
Monthly? Well, I suppose monthly you're going to, whatever charity it is, you're going to hopefully give them more.
Yep.
12 charities a year is pretty cool.
Yep.
52's amazing, but 52 little bits or 12 bigger bits.
Yeah.
If it was 12 really good charities, I'd be going monthly. Yep. That's just my opinion.
And then you guys comment below. Let me know what you think, because it's really their channel. They're the ones that build it. So the idea is a live once a month from Beach to Bush's shop. And it'll be smaller prizes, so don't be expecting $6,000 worth of prizes every month. I don't think I'll ever get sponsors to do that. But smaller amounts of prizes, and we do a live once a month, and then all the money goes to charity.
Beautiful.
So you guys comment below, see what you want. But for the charity this week, you're picking it.
Yeah, Alzheimer's Australia.
And you have a good story behind.
Yeah, so this cruiser, this is my dream car. We were chatting off camera about it. So I guess my father-in-law, unfortunately, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 3 years ago when I got this. He bought it. It was his dream car. He only owned it for 2 years before he was diagnosed and couldn't drive it anymore. Yeah. And I bought it off him, and it's something, sentimentally, I'll never sell it because it was his last car. Plus, it's a cruiser and all that comes with that. So, yeah, it's very special to us as a family. It's Pop's Ute, and that'll be with us forever. Yeah, so Alzheimer's is, we've learned a lot about it in the last 3 years. It's a shocking disease. Very debilitating, and probably because it's not physical, and you would understand this. It's something that you can't see and you can't touch, and you just it's awful.
So for the people with it, I would say it's one of the worst diseases because, as you said, you feel unseen and you look normal.
100%.
I can be an absolute write-off in horrific pain from my head and not remembering where I am, what's going on, yet my face looks 100% normal.
You walk down the street and people go, nothing wrong. Yeah.
So what I actually do, I haven't told these guys, on my bad days, I wrap a bandage around my head.
Do you?
Yep. So that people can see, okay, I'm not going good. And it actually brings a physical sign.
That's a good idea.
And I did it with my housemates, and they're like, shit, are you okay? And everyone's like, I'm coming out. Cool, no, do you want a hand with anything? And it sort of shows that as soon as you have that, people then actually help.
It's a sign. Yeah. Well done.
So
like
good on you for bringing it up. Please support Alzheimer's Australia. So if you want to donate, you can do the QR code that's above, which will take you to PayPal, and you can leave a note, or you can go through the website, and there'll be the Charity of the Week on the website, which you can donate through that as well.
Thank you for that.
That's all right. And then all the money from the video, so all the ad revenue will go to that as well. So if you want to help that get bigger, comment, like, and watch all the ads. So that's a free way to give money.
Really appreciate that. That's
make
really
YouTube
good.
give it.
Love it.
Into the first segment, I always say it feels like we're going quick, and then they end up being 50-minute podcasts. But into the first one, which is jumping around the comments. So I'll get you to read each of the comments.
Let me put these fellas on. All right.
And then we can have a chat about them.
Let's have a look. Jump into the comments. So, from Be Here Now, I always look forward to Wednesday afternoons. Love the content. That's a good thing.
Yeah. It's really nice. I'm guessing you would agree. Because we do get the odd bad comments.
Yeah.
The nice ones make it so worthwhile.
Of course they do.
Because it's so much work that you put in, and when you get a nice one.
The way you've set your channel up, though, it's amazing. I mean, I think the work you're doing is brilliant, and I hope you all agree that this man's championing a lot of good causes. My channel's different because we're building stuff and we're more larrikins and carrying on, so we don't tend to get terrible comments.
See, I get more on product reviews.
Well, see, I don't do many of those. We kind of just build stuff, and people tell us we're building it wrong, but that's all right. Like, we've already built it by then, so the job's done. So always look forward to Wednesday afternoons. Love the content. So next one was from Shane Peel, 4297. Time to ditch the Land Cruiser for a houseboat. No, seriously.
But that was because I had to drive through the floodwaters. So
you were telling me about this.
Yeah. So that will be coming up. All the people that commented about it,
hang on, we'll get into that later. Next one from Craig Patton 8349. I'm off ARB after seeing all the trouble I've been with Cam. It's not good enough.
So did you see Cam Wild? So he's over in WA, 160,000 subscribers.
I think I did see this.
So Bull Bar came broken and had to be replaced and took like 3 months.
Really?
Side steps came welded on the piss, so they were on an angle downwards.
Were they really?
Yep. Same thing, took forever to replace, and then he's just started his lap around Australia, and his roof rack, the weld has snapped.
Shit.
And he's like, I spent 10 grand, so unsponsored.
Yeah.
Spent 10 grand of his own money, and it's all been a disaster for him. He said he's literally ripping it off the car when he gets back. Wow.
That's not good.
And for them, it's shocking, and seeing people on here see the YouTubers. It shows the power that influencers, which is what we are, actually do have, and people now will start to pull away from ARB.
And you would think a company like them, their size, has quality control that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. And you pay premium price for it.
But even if it does, if you know somebody with 160,000 subscribers has your product, fix it quickly.
Fix it very quickly. Exactly. and make it a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've tested it more than we did, but we're going to fix it. Yeah, agreed. Barry Brew 3897. I think they should they should hold a music festival on their land.
Yeah, so that was for when we were going to do it at Kenilworth, the YouTube Live. So you guys comment below, do you think a music festival would be something for me to organise? So get some bands, but
100%.
Won't be big bands, so because I don't want to sell tickets. I don't want people to have to pay $200 which I think now or never they do the camping fundraiser for Love of Your Sister. But I think tickets this year are $220.
Wow, that's decent. That's a lot of money.
So, and that's because they've got big bands coming,
right,
and that costs money. Versus, to me, I think if you're doing a concert, the people need to be volunteering to perform.
Yeah,
that's so it's all free, and whatever money raised goes to charity.
And it's all charity.
So yeah, comment below if that's something you guys would like to see, and I'll see if Ash can organise it.
So here's a good one. Well, they're all been good. Harbour Explorer. Bloody awesome work, brother. It's inspirational, mate, what you're doing and what you do for charity. You should be proud, and you should be. Whatever you do, mate, I'll support you and all the way. Love the channel and the community and what it's all about. You're a bloody legend.
Oh, that's really nice.
Is he a legend? Yes, he is. Where are we next? Stuart K. Calvin, sorry. True North Adventures. He who must not be named performed well.
So
what's that?
this is a funny one. So Trip in a Van,
right.
When they disappeared for a period off YouTube, we reached out and said, hey, we're going to talk about why you disappeared, because this was when it was Lloyd and I, because we both really loved Trip in a Van and wanted to know where they went. There was no explanation. They just disappeared.
Right.
And she wrote back saying, would prefer you don't talk about it ever again, and would like our privacy. So then it became a running joke that we're not to talk about Trip in a Van.
Oh.
And he remembered that was like, 8 months ago.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, not Trip in a Van. Somebody else. Not meant to talk about them.
Not them. All right, well, moving on. Next one is... Oh, what have I done? Next one is Getaway Teardrop Campers. Fantastic effort with the charity fundraiser. Thank you to all the sponsors for donating so generously. I was beyond thrilled to win a prize. We will donate towards your postage expenses, Dylan, to help you get the prizes out to all the winners. So good to meet you both, you and Ash, on the weekend.
Yeah, and I want to give a round of applause. I do our fake round of applause music for everybody that donated. It was huge.
That's really good. Yeah, really good. Wrong Turn Adventures, OG swag.
So that was. I'll get your opinion.
Yeah.
I did for a hot topic. What is better, rooftop tent, swag, or tent, ground tent?
Right. So Andy and I went down to Lithgow in February, and we took our canopies off because we wanted to do some of the harder tracks down there, and we swagged it. So I've been in a
air swag or normal swag?
I air swagged it.
Yeah, which is so different to a normal swag.
It is, but I cheated. I bought a self-inflating mattress,
which is what I do as well.
That mattress that comes was crap. And we went basic. We took swags, we took a gazebo, and we took a little gas cooker and a couple of eskies on the tray. That was it.
Yeah.
Loved it. I've been a rooftop tent man I've had that one for 5 years. Not into tents, but I'd actually nearly, because of the weight issue that I have with this car, I'd nearly swag it.
Because yours is the Bush company as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is very, very heavy.
I've worked it out because it's all Bush company. I've got the awning and the shower thing, the Outback.
So you got like 10 grand with a Bush company on the roof.
It's 166 kilos.
Holy shit.
On the roof.
Whoa.
Like dead set. It's real lift territory on a roundabout.
Because the cruiser's already...
100, yeah. Well, you know what it's... Yeah, you know what it's like. So it's really heavy. And this is... Well, Pop, when he built the car, this is a massive big steel tray. Now, you see the how wide it is, like 5 mil steel. Now, he bought it. He got it custom made extra wide, extra long, I think. So it would fit 2 round bales of hay.
Yeah.
This tray weighs 600 kilos. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't wait. So if anybody wants to swap an alloy tray for a big heavy steel tray,
or if anybody wants to buy my red steel tray, it's coming off. We're putting an alloy on.
You have to. Like I'm so sick of the weight and trying to keep this at GVM. It's awful. But yeah, the swag thing was. I really enjoyed the swag. And in the middle of the night, you don't have to climb down a ladder and nearly fall to your death. You can just roll out in the swag.
I found the rooftop tent has its place for touring.
Yes.
But for weekenders, you got to pack it up. And the big one I use all the time is Double Island.
Yeah.
where you pick a spot, but you're at Tiwa Beach and then have to drive to Double Island. So that means every morning you're packing up your whole camp to drive your car and hoping that your spot's still there when you come back.
When you get back, yeah.
Or you're leaving stuff behind and hoping people don't steal it.
Yeah, like camp chairs. Yeah, agreed.
So, yeah, that's where I find the swag is better. But funny enough, I wasn't a swag person until I got the air swag.
Yeah, me neither.
I would take the big self-inflating mattress, then I would take the big swag, and it's like that's so much room taken up with two items.
Yes.
Versus the air swag is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. I ended up buying I went to Anaconda and bought a new bag. It's a normal swag bag.
Oh, yep.
So because it rolled the self-inflating mattress up into the air swag.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's the same shape as a swag.
Yep.
But when you get there, I just pump it up. Yep. And I'm up in 2 or 3 minutes. It's
insane, isn't it?
It is good.
So do you still partner with Vic Off-Road?
No, not for the last year probably.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
If you click my link, it doesn't actually work. Yet we're both sitting there saying it's a ripper.
I do enjoy their air swag. It's really apart the mattress was crap.
Yeah.
But
I never even tried
I've
the
fixed
mattress.
that. Yeah, I rate it. I think it's really good.
Yep. So there you go. 2 people that have it, have no longer any affiliate, and still recommend it. And no leaks.
No leaks.
Yep, no leaks.
No leaks, and goes down like when you undo the valve, and it just it's so quick.
Even pumping it up is so quick as well.
I have an issue with the pump, I must say.
Oh really?
I've got with the pump when I first try and pump it up. You've got to kind of really get into it for the first 30 seconds.
Yep.
And there must be like an O-ring in there that has to warm up or something. And then it catches and it pumps up.
Because mine's 22 pumps and it's up.
No, I would be at 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, the pump. And it's just the pump. I'm going to try and work out how I can tap it into of an air compressor there, how I can just...
Interesting. Let me know if you figure that out. What's the next one?
What's the next one? Hang on. Let me get these back on. We got off track.
You get off track and then they end up taking 50 minutes.
All right, the hot topic.
Oh, that's it. We're into the next segment.
We're into the next one.
Okay.
This is all you, Dylan.
Jeez, we are flying through. Oh, here we go. So
this is all you.
The first hot topic we're talking about is the floodwater. So I got a fair few comments. Funny enough, I have started to figure out, you know how on YouTube now it shows you who's a repeat commenter?
Yeah. You see it and tells you their stats. Yeah.
So the last couple of videos, I've had a group of people that are new to the channel and are riffing into me.
Are they?
And they've never commented before. So I think I'm part of some group chat where he's done something, go get him.
Get him.
So I noticed it was all literally within the space of 2 minutes. I think 4 comments all dropped, ripping me apart for going through the floodwater. And then each one of the comments ended up with 9 thumbs up within that 2 minutes as well.
Wow.
Which shows it's a group working together. But
that's crazy.
It was a good point. I sat there and brought up, there was a guy that drove through floodwater. His car got washed away into a tree and then he had to get rescued, and called him out for it and said he was a knob of the week or flog of the week, and called him something. So people said, it's a bit hypocritical that I'm calling other people out for it, and then I did it. So I'm going to defend myself because it's something I offer everybody that I talk about to come on the channel and discuss why they do
their
things.
side of it, yeah.
Because when you're filming, you'd agree, you don't always put everything in on what's going on.
There's a lot lost on the editing table, yeah.
And this was a story on Instagram, so I had 60 seconds to film driving through the floodwater, so I didn't say everything that we did prior to driving through. So to let you guys know, when we got there, you would have seen the tow truck and the sedan. So the sedan had crossed the whole thing and broke down at the other end.
Right.
Because his engine got flooded. But it showed a sedan got through.
Okay, so it wasn't super deep.
Wasn't super deep. And then I went, okay, so that's a good sign. 3 cars went through before us, 4-wheel drives.
And you were sitting watching it?
We were sitting watching it.
Yeah.
They all had no issue, and I watched their cars to see the water movement. No water movement pushing up against the car, which means it was stagnant.
Yeah.
And then if you watch my video back, which I'll have overlaying as we're talking, you can see the cruiser driving through, and when I point the camera out the window, the water's being pushed away from the car.
Yeah.
Meaning there is no flow in that whatsoever. The other reason we crossed it, the flood, that road had been flooded for about 8 hours, and the council hadn't closed it off. It was still open for people to cross because of the fact it wasn't fast flowing water.
Yeah.
So I didn't break the law by crossing it. I also had a bloody good reason to cross it because there was 2 minutes until the drive started. And what was I going to do? Do a 1 hour detour without any way to tell the people on YouTube, hey, it's going to be on an hour later.
Yeah.
And people had donated $5,000. So
See, yeah, it's fair.
we waited up. If I wasn't doing the live, wouldn't have done it.
So what you're saying is you assessed the situation, and you had a good duty of care. It wasn't a raging river. It wasn't a fast-flowing torrent. It was stagnant water. You've seen 3 other vehicles pass through, and it was an open council road, and you've driven through with caution.
With one of the best forward drives in the face.
It's not one of the best, the best.
Yeah, the best. With a snorkel, with a 2-inch lift.
Yeah.
And it's heavy as hell, so it's not going to float away. So I feel...
So it's like Nolan's Creek up in the Cape. Really. It's what you've done.
Yeah.
But
So-
you've done it here.
You guys comment below. I'm putting myself up there to be judged. If you think it was wrong, then it was wrong. I understand I'm meant to set an example. I think what I did wrong was on last week's episode, I should have mentioned all the steps I took before doing it.
And people
people
might not have seen that, which is fair. Because people, if there's no context, it is, oh, look at this dickhead driving through that. Yeah.
So I agree with that. I think that was wrong, and I've got to, unfortunately, learn to be better than that and make sure I put the steps that I did
Fair
before
enough.
doing it. So,
I can see why the comments were there.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm not going to hide from it. The next hot topic we have... so this was around the ARB. Are big brands losing their customer service skills?
Right. I'm going to put that back onto what we spoke, and it's nothing to do with the 4-wheel drive industry, unfortunately. But you and I both use DJI cameras. Now I had one, and I was doing something out in the garage with Andy's car, and the gust of wind blew it off the tripod, and it smashed. And I didn't have the DJI Care, and I went back into the shop, said, "Hey, can you get me a quote to fix this?" Because it was only 2 or 3 weeks old, the camera. The bloke said, and about a week later, I got an email from DJI saying, "We've assessed your camera, and we're going to fix it for free." And I went, "Are you kidding me?" And I got an email about 3 days later that said, "Your camera's ready to be picked up at Carindale, Westfield." So I trotted up there and picked it up, and he just gave me it in a box, and it wasn't opened yet. I took it home, I opened it up. It was a brand new camera in the the plastic wrap in the box. It was brand new. It wasn't my camera. They just give me a new one, which might have been more cost effective for them. But I was blown away by that customer service. So based on that,
which is funny, that's actually a big company.
It's a big company. I would say no, but I haven't. Oh, and I will give you another example. And this is ARB. My local store's ARB Kapalaba. With my compressor, I've got the ARB tire inflator digital gauge. Only had it for about 2 years, and the battery went flat. And I put a new battery in, and it wouldn't read right. It wouldn't just it would turn on, but it went into KPA. It wouldn't in PSI. It wasn't calibrated. It wasn't the right bar, the right gauge for me. I took it back in to ARB Kapalaba and said, "Hey, do you know how to reset this to make it work again?" He took it off me and he handed me a new one.
So isn't that amazing?
2 years old. That's ARB Kapalaba. I honestly can't fault them.
So then I guess it's not all big companies. It is... You still get some good ones, but it's shops.
I think it's the branch.
Yeah.
I think you hear stories.
Because I don't know if... I'm pretty sure ARB isn't franchised. Mm-hmm. They are? They're franchised?
I think I think the stores are all separately owned.
Yep.
I think. Don't
because
quote me on
TJM, some are franchised, some are company-owned stores.
Certainly the one in Kapalaba is owned by the one person. Yeah.
So I reckon that's where it sort of comes into where... But then again, DJI, that's a big, massive corporation.
And they're all not franchised. They're all stores. Yeah.
Where big companies, I've not had great... As far as following consumer law, I don't have great... They should be doing what you've experienced.
I have great experiences, yeah.
Where Bunnings, to me... So anybody who doesn't know, Bunnings follows consumer law to a T.
Do they?
To an absolute T. You walk in, this is broken, and you prove it.
Yeah.
Yep, no problem. You want refund or replacement.
They are good.
Done there and there. No dragging on. Versus other companies, which I've helped them with their consumer law, trying to get them to improve it. would straight away try and send the product to be repaired or to be assessed.
Yes.
And then when it goes to be assessed, it gets repaired and sent back to you.
Right.
Which is so illegal.
Right, is it? Okay.
Yeah. The rule is the consumer picks which option, not the shop.
Gotcha.
But as I mentioned to you off camera, the issue is the company sit there and go, well, I don't want a second-hand product sitting in my
there.
factory.
What am I going to do with it?
Yeah. But then, as you said, we'll build a better product.
Yeah, that's right. Just
That's
be better.
That's why the consumer law is there, to keep them on their toes and not going, okay, we're just going to pump out rubbish products.
Yeah.
Which
Fair.
the good one for me was I did a review on the Dash yawning, which had when I rang them and told them it was wrong, stupidly didn't know I was a YouTuber. Oh yeah, it's a known fault. We've stitched the stitching in the wrong place. And then me being who I am, okay, so you're doing a recall? Nah, we're not.
Right.
So then I ripped them apart.
In your own special way?
Yeah. Because I was like, nah, that's not on. You can't just make the customers have to deal with your supplier that's stuffed up. Because Darcy don't make their stuff. Most of it is actually imported from China from a factory that you and I can buy from.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Right.
So
they just put their brand on it?
Yep.
Okay.
So they should have really recalled all of them and then gone back to that person and said, this whole batch is stuffed.
Yeah.
Send us another batch for free. We'll chuck these in the bin.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't. They left it up to the retailers to deal with it. And then poor BCF had to deal with me.
Wow. Okay.
Would I have two that had the exact same problem, and I was just irate because I was about to go over to Fraser running a tour, my own private tour.
Yeah.
On Fraser, and the awning just had a massive sag.
Oh, did it? What, and between a couple of the bars? Right.
Because the fabric was literally stitched in the wrong part. So the front section was too tight, and then the middle section was just.
So if you get any rain at all, it's just going to sag right in the middle there. Yeah, okay.
And it hit my head.
Oh, did it?
It was that big of a sag that me being 6 foot, you'd walk under and just hit your head on and I'm like, no, this is crap.
That's really bad quality control too.
When they found out I was a YouTuber, they then drove one from Brisbane to Hervey Bay that they used at the show that they knew was perfect and gave it to me.
Good on them.
But then I did the video after they gave it to me showing that they knew about it.
Yeah.
And that they gave me one to stop me having a shitty one, but there's everyone else. And it's still 2 years on. People are still commenting that video saying I just got one and had to return it.
Still the same. So there must have been a big batch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which shows why recalls should happen.
It should. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
For you guys that don't know, so I was actually a rep for Taubman's Paint. And when we had a batch issue, we would go into the Bunnings stores, pull the paint off the shelf and throw it in the bin.
Would you?
Yeah. Straight away, as quickly as you could, everyone get into all of your stores within a day and get it out. That's what a company should do.
That's good. Yeah,
get rid of it because they don't want the bad stuff out there.
I agree.
Anyway, that's enough of that topic. Into the next segment. So we're into Around the Tube, which is where I play some clips. Oh, this one's really good. So 4-wheel drive 24/7.
Yeah.
Did you see Graham's got rid of the Y62 and into
He hasn't got rid of it.
Yeah,
he's kept it at home as a daily, as far as I can see, but he's bought one of these.
Yeah. So I'll play some clips for anybody that didn't see it, and then we'll come back and chat about it.
I might have made a huge mistake here because I've just gone and bought one of those. This right here is a second-hand 2022 GXL Land Cruiser with 35,000 on the clock, and as you can see, she is absolutely stock as a rock as it was off the factory floor. Now, you all know I'm a Nissan man through and through, but my initial thoughts on this 79 series is that it is the worst value for money four-wheel drive in Australia. But the fact of the matter is, so many of you out there absolutely disagree with me. So we're about to find out, because this is going to be my new vehicle for one of the biggest years of off-grid we've ever had. We're going to see, can I love a Toyota?
So as those guys saw there, there's Y62, which I'm going to pay a little bit. I like being sort of sniffing and going, I smell something funny's going on here. So this is for his part of the channel where he does the touring with the Caravan. The off-grid. Whether or not the fuel was the problem, I'm hearing rumours those things can get up to 40 litres per 100 Ks towing.
40 litres?
Yep. So whether or not it was costing too much fuel or it just wasn't reliable enough, because in the video, if you guys go and watch the whole thing, he mentions a hell of a lot how reliable these are.
Yes.
How easy it is to get parts in Outback Australia. And I think if he's mentioning that, something happened with the Y62 and he couldn't get parts.
Right. Because
you only bring stuff up if there's been a negative.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I mean, I guess Toyotas, we all know.
Yep.
You could go to the back of nowhere
Yep.
and there'll be one of these sitting in a paddock somewhere that you can probably talk to somebody and get parts of it. Yeah, agreed.
So I do find it interesting. We're a bit biased because we own it, but I'm assuming you think, well, you just said it already, it's the best vehicle you can get.
For what I want, yeah. I'm very biased. I love these things. And we're very Toyota.
Yeah.
Like my wife's got a Toyota.
See, I'm not
Son's got a
Toyota at all. I got Mazda. Before that, I had a Mazda BT50. We had a Ford Ranger, and we've had a Nissan MP300.
Okay, so you've experienced everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've actually had a couple of Nissans, all the D22, the D20, D19, anyway, for the whole range of Navaras I've had.
Yeah.
So I've actually had more Nissans than I have Toyotas, but I bought the Toyota because it was reliable.
Yeah.
Pre-DPF, I knew that I would get 500 plus kilometres, no problem. So when I'm sick of going through cars, I'm going to buy a car that I'm going to do up and make it amazing and keep for my life.
Yeah, that's it.
Because if your transmission goes, would you put in an auto? Or would you replace it with the same manual?
I actually just put a new clutch in this 2 months ago. No, I enjoy driving it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about it. It is a long throw.
It is, but...
And you lose so much momentum.
You do. It's just... I don't know. I just enjoy driving.
Because I love that it's a tractor. I refer to it as a farm track tractor.
Me too.
And that's actually what's appealing to me. When we drive a lot of time, there's no radio on.
No, you don't need it.
No, you just have the... Is yours pre-DPF?
No. No, mine.
We won't talk about if the DPF's there or not. I'm assuming it is.
No, it is then. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So see, ours is pre-DPF, so the noise, and when it's
Andy's is
towing,
pre-DPF, and I drive it, and he may have got a short dump exhaust out the side with no resonance. Oh, it's loud. I love it.
And the looks that you get driving down the road, everybody turns versus, I don't care what car it is, nobody's turning for an American truck.
And it's got that noise. It's got, you can actually hear, and it's sad, but I can be, doing something, you hear a car drive past,
you know it's a
70.
Yep.
Yeah, you just know it is. Yeah.
And the driving position, there's something about, apparently it's called throne seating.
Right.
The way that the seats are done, where you sort of sit a bit more like a truck.
You do, don't you? Yeah. No, I hadn't heard that before, but I can see why they would say that.
So I think it's only the 70 and the discos have throne seating. All the rest are more where you're on an angle with your legs straighter out.
Right, and it is a lot, like when you do long trips in it, I just find, probably because I've got size 300 feet, that I can't get my foot down the side of the clutch to stretch my leg out. There's not a lot of room there, but that's first world problems. Like it's something that I enjoy the manual. I enjoy driving. Would I? No, I wouldn't get an auto. I honestly wouldn't.
See, I would. I'd swap to the 8-speed auto, or I'm gonna probably chuck in a short throw.
Yeah, that would be better. That would be different. Yeah, I'd like that too.
Because I am a bit, now that I've had it tuned by Just Autos, you still you can go really fast, but it's just that gear change is so long that the momentum goes. And I go, oh, it's just a shame that you, like at lights, you can take off and then all of a sudden you go to change gear and the car next to you.
They do, and that is. But then the other way is when you're coming back down, you don't need the brakes.
Yeah.
And you can use the gears to brake you. I just got this tune last week too.
Who by?
4x4 Performance in Capalaba.
Single tune or multi-map?
Just a single tune.
Yep.
But we had a good discussion about what tune to put in it. He gave me a couple of options. It was a tow tune or a power tune. And
do you know when you're running? Do you know Newton meters? I know Newton
meters. I've got it all in here. We can have a look at it.
Okay, grab it.
It's just there.
We'll grab it. Look, we're live. We don't cut. Let's see what you got.
It's in here.
Here you go. No editing.
It's in the drawer.
Oh, look, and they're going to get to see your EnerDrive system.
Here it is right here. There you go. That's what I'm running.
So you're on PSI, so 12 bounds of boost, 12.6 PSI of boost, and then, does it say, engine speed, torque. Geez, it's actually a really nice line. And what's interesting with yours, I'll take a photo so these guys can see it.
Yeah.
You drop a little bit and then come back up, but you actually stay nice and consistent.
Yeah, I'm really it's transformed it. It's made it so much nicer to drive.
Engine speed. You are... There's no graph there. They've got the revs, but no torque. This side, that's why. These guys can see it on camera.
Yeah, that's the horsepower and the
Yep.
Newton meter side, yeah.
So you're getting 600 Newton meters of torque and 204 horsepower, which is really good, which is nice and reliable.
It is. It's not. That's what he said. In Dale's term, he owns it. He said we could squeeze the lemon more.
Yep.
And he said the young fellas come in, they just want all the power and all the boost. And he goes, but they'll come back to me in 12 months. They'll need a new turbo, and the things will start breaking. This is a safe, good, powerful tune that I can use properly.
So this is why I've actually got to do a video on it. Love the multi-map because I think we sit on about 450, 500 on the tune that we drive around, which is just they basically remap it so that it's more drivable.
Yes.
So we drive on that so we get longevity out of the engine. You go into a tow mode, which sits about the same as yours, 600.
Right.
Then there's a power mode, 750.
Is it really?
And what I've just done, so we've just upgraded the suspension and it's adjustable. And I've made the rear super soft. And now when you put your foot down, and I showed Ash and she's like, so what's going to happen when we put the Caravan on? And I'm like, well, I'll fix it for the Caravan.
Airbags.
But in the meantime, I'm having fun.
I've put airbags in this.
Yep.
And yeah, I did the other day. And you let the airbags down when you accelerate. Ooh, she sits down.
Man, we talked about that one a bit long. So anyway, 4-drive 24/7. It looks like he's jumping on the bandwagon. And what I find interesting, they have the ability to get any car in Australia that they want.
Correct.
For free.
Yeah.
They would have, so he did. He bought that second hand, which means they've paid for that Toyota.
Yes.
And he could have been given, I'm assuming from Big Dog Builds, who is giving a lot of people American trucks at the moment. They would have got one for free. The offer would have been there. Yet he's turned it down and gone to 70. To tow and go remote. So
Unreliable.
I think for a channel that size, it's had a lot of use of cars. That shows and should shut down every argument that that's the best car to tour in Australia.
I agree.
Yeah. Next one we're going to talk about really quickly is Zone RV actually put up a video of a rollover of one of their customers that had a Zone. So I'll play that clip for you guys and we'll come back and chat about it.
It happens so quickly, dust everywhere. He's on the wrong side of the road.
I think had potential fatality. Couldn't believe that the van had actually rolled over.
So I wanted to talk about the DO35 hitch. So you've got a van, don't you?
I got a camper trailer.
Yep. Does it have a DO35?
It's got a McHitch.
Yep. Does that also rotate?
It's an articulated. Yeah, it's a 360 thing. Yeah.
So Shirley and there's actually follow the channel now, but Mick and Shirley had their Caravan rolled over that was on a ball hitch.
Right.
And they did a video that I talked about on the channel, and I mentioned it because their whole car flipped.
Did it?
And I said,
That's
if
scary.
you had a DO35, that wouldn't have happened, or any one of the hitches
Yeah,
that
yeah,
rotates. Do you think now they should be banning ball hitches on all trailers?
It's funny. I've been doing my bricks this weekend, taking stuff to the dump, and I borrowed a mate's trailer. And I didn't take this because it's too heavy. And when you go to the dump, you get charged over 4.5 ton. You get charged commercial rates.
Yep.
So I took my wife's Prado because it's light. And it's just the trailer. It's just a box trailer with a normal hitch on it. And we had a lot of bricks in this trailer. I mean, we probably had too many bricks, and it was very heavy.
It was tandem axle; it could handle it. Definitely had brakes, all that stuff.
All that stuff. It was very safe. And we went over a bump, a little speed hump, just to get into the dump.
Oh, I hate those. They're always nasty. At the dumps.
And it uncoupled. The
Stop
tow
it.
ball came off. This is yesterday. Tow ball came off. It had the chain on, luckily, and I saw it in the rear view mirror. And my wife was sitting beside me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to crash a car here. Yep. So I tried to match the trailer speed and slow down, and we did. And luckily, we didn't do any damage. But that happened just there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd never really had an issue with a normal hitch until yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, right, I didn't like that at all. And it was a Toyota tow ball, Toyota hitch. It was regulation, everything. And I wasn't, to be fair, the trailer was rated for a ton.
Yep.
We had about that in it when we went over the White Bridge, so it wasn't overloaded.
Yep.
Just the angle over the speed bump just popped it off. And you can imagine if you're on a beach and you're going over a washout or a whoop-de-doo, that's going to happen. Never happened to me before, and I thought, yeah, just funny you say that. I don't trust them now.
Yep. Which is funny. I just sit there and go, there is better technology out there. The government should just come out now and say, nah, ball hitches are gone. DO35, which I'm sure it's not that much more expensive.
But just as easy to hook up. Like, there's not too much more to go.
Yep, the safety is so much better.
Absolutely.
So anybody that's out there that doesn't know the difference, look at the DO35s, or I don't know what they're actually called. Maybe they're called a swivel hitch, I don't know. But look into the ones that actually swivel, and you would have seen on that zone one, their whole caravan rolled over in the car.
That's crazy.
So it shows you that they're worthwhile. If you've got an old ball one, swap it out. Spend the money. It's a couple of grand. Swap it.
And you don't want to be spinning with that Caravan because that would be so scary.
Peace of mind that if something does happen with your van, at least your car's going to not be a write-off.
Definitely.
So the last one we're going to talk about, SKT. This has been building. Now, I've got to give them credit. They've amped this up massively.
Yeah.
That they were getting a new van and what they were going to do. And everyone's been chatting about it, messaging me saying, do I know what it is, what do I think it is? And I've just sort of been giving my sort of thoughts of what it was. I got it wrong. So Urban Caravans, which is who they're sponsored by, brought out a new composite van.
Right.
And I thought they were getting the composite van. But they've actually designed their own.
Have they? I did see the thumbnail. I haven't watched it yet, but it was blacked out.
So completely been given the reins, and I'm talking 100% freedom.
Wow.
To design a caravan. So it's got a brand new toolbox, which nobody's seen before on the market, which is aerodynamic, which is really cool. But as I learnt, toolboxes in the front of vans aren't very good because if you put stuff in it, your ball weight goes over. So we're over 50 kilos over on ball weight, and we've got to now put a toolbox on the rear of our caravan and take all our shit out of our toolbox.
To put it up at the front. Yeah, wow.
So they've put a big toolbox on, which probably can't be full, or you go over toe ball weight.
Yeah.
But then even the inside, they've completely rejigged everything. They've moved the bed to one side to give you a double door wardrobe.
Okay.
Which is really cool. They've swapped the lounge. You used to be able to so you'd either have a cafe seat.
Yeah.
Or you'd have an L.
Yes.
And they've gone, no, we don't like either. We're just going to do a bench.
Fair.
And they've made it smaller, so they've made it narrower. So it's just bigger than a car, but it's not as small as a hybrid. They've also reduced the height and reduced the length.
So the roof still pops up?
No.
Oh, it doesn't?
Hard lid, but smaller. So he said, big, tall people, sorry, this isn't the van for you.
That's all right. Yeah.
But for anybody sort of 6'2", you still fit in there, but they're trying to sort of find ways to save weight. The only downside, I think they came in 3-ton curb weight.
Okay.
So they're heavy for a 17-foot van.
Yeah. But obviously a lot of stuff in it.
But they're talking about, it's the pre-production. They're going to try and see where they can cull because, they've obviously gone balls to the wall and put too much in.
So I've never owned a caravan. I got a camper trailer. A camper trailer you cook outside. This is the big thing. And I haven't watched that episode yet, and I will. With a caravan, do you cook much inside or do you prefer cooking outside?
So this is really interesting. I came from national park camping.
Yeah.
In swags or tents. Very remote and wanting to disconnect from the world when I went camping.
Yeah.
Bought the caravan. The sun goes down. You go inside, you close your doors, you put down your blinds, you put on your TV, you may as well not be camping.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I said, Dash, this isn't camping, this is ruining it for me.
Yeah.
It's comfortable, it's all hell.
It's lovely.
For touring, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
For camping, no, you should leave your caravan behind for a weekend trip and get back into a swag and actually get back into nature.
Yeah, nice.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Because, you don't cook outside. Because there's bugs and you sit there and go, why would I cook outside if I can go inside?
Yeah.
And be away from the bugs.
Yeah.
As soon as there's something that's a little bit of a pain in the ass, inside. Oh, it's hot, inside, put the aircon on.
Yeah.
So it does take away from camping.
Does it?
Where your one still, you're camping. You're more comfortable, but you are still 100% camping.
Yeah, and everything's outside. Like, the only time we go inside is to get changed or to sleep. Really.
So if we win Lotto, my plan is to get a teardrop camper.
Okay.
So Stockman Rover was the one we were looking at doing, but it was still 60 grand.
A mate of mine just had one of those brooders. Have you seen
brooder,
that?
yep.
He sold it last year because it. They loved it, but they didn't have an inside toilet and a shower, so they sold it because of that. But it was cracking. It was so good. Yeah.
Because your shower's brilliant. Oh, your shower in a Caravan is phenomenal.
Is it?
But then your fuel bill goes through the roof. You can't go to as many places.
Yeah.
So it does limit you, and that's why I think you've still got to do both.
Yeah, fair. Camping for me still.
Yep.
I mean, we do have the camper trailer, but we probably only use it twice a year now.
Yep.
We rooftop tent or swag it now, which is I love it.
Because you're camping, right? You're
camping.
roughing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everything the kitchen's in this, and everything's in the camper trailer has a fridge in it and a battery system, but that's it.
Yep.
Everything's in this.
So I'm looking forward to getting the Canopy, because we've been without a Canopy and just had a flat tray.
Right.
That's all we've had. So it has made it harder to camp. Where I can't wait to have a Canopy back. It's just going to be a
so
little
good.
700 to keep it light.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I've learnt now is it's my third build, and I've learnt that you don't go the big massive Canopy.
No, I'm this year's the new. I'm going a new tray and Canopy on this, and Ben from Explorer Oz is going to be building it for me. And it's going to be lightweight. It's going to be probably shorter than that. I'm going to have bigger tray space.
Yep.
And it's all about lightweight, easy. Simple.
Look at. So my video will be coming out hopefully, 3 weeks till we go away, as long as MW gets my tray done. On how nervous is this? My tray finishes, we can pick it up the day that we're meant, so the day before we depart. And then I've got to fit it out the night before we go.
That's a big day coming up. That's a big day.
But yeah, so wait till you see that, because I do the four-wheel drive. Have you seen the four-wheel drive, plastic four-wheel drive boxes that are fully sealed?
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got two of those already on it.
Yeah,
which will
nice.
be, so the 700 tray, then two of those on either side.
At the back.
And
yeah.
you can fit so much in those.
That's what we had on these when we went to Lithgow. We just filled the boxes up.
Which is lightweight.
So good.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I reckon that's going to be my best build to date once it's finished.
I'm all about that. I think that's good.
The only problem I've got is the spare tyre. Because they don't fit underneath.
No.
So we're going to have a gap of the width of the tyre in between the boxes.
Yeah, you have to do that's what...
So the only other option was I could have turned the wheel parallel with the car, and then you can get things to sit it in.
I have seen ones, friends of mine have a 79, they've got one of those Tommy campers on the back.
Yep.
But it's from I think he had it on a Hilux before he put it on this, he's a single cab 79. And he spaced it back, so he rolls the two tyres in front of the canopy.
Yeah, I've seen them do
at
that.
the headboard.
Yep.
I didn't mind that.
So Tommy Campers, that's a small husband and wife company.
Is it?
And they're lovely people. I spoke to them at the Harvey Bay Caravan Camping Show.
Right.
We're almost going to buy one, but we just ended up, nah, let's go Caravan.
Yeah.
But they're lovely, lovely people.
Are they? That's good to know. Yeah.
And they're passionate as all hell.
That's really good. They've got a good product, I reckon. Yeah.
Oh, the finish on it is incredible.
Yeah, the one I've seen is beautiful.
So you know how I said it felt like we were going fast? I reckon we're definitely now just stalled and we're taking, this will be a 50-minute one. So let's
Keep
move
going.
on. We'll get into algorithm takeover. So thank you to everybody that recommended the channels. We got 5 channels. So I'll play those clips for you now, then we'll come back and wrap it up. So please, if you've got any channels, comment them below, and that way I'll go and get snippets of each one to play, and you guys can, if you like them, I've got them tagged in the description for you to actually go and click on their website and watch their content.
Yeah.
So watch those videos now.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is our 2020 Toyota Hilux we've just picked up. So we're going to do a bit of a vehicle build on this. There's a tray and canopy to go on the back. We've also got winch going on, full electrical fit out, so stay tuned and hang in for the build. Cheers.
So we just got up at Canopy River and we've unhooked the boat. We're going down for a fish. We've had a chat to the guy at the roadhouse there, and he's given us a couple of pointers. He said it's hard fishing at the moment, so probably, well, we don't catch much anyway, so it's going to be even worse.
This is how everything panned out. We'll show you and give you a wrap up of where things are now at the end. No surprises. We haven't quite made it home. We were heading for home base, but The weather's too good out here in the Flinders Ranges, so we're heading to one of our favourite camp spots. Just one night to kind of ease our way back into home base after being away for several weeks.
It ended with a bit of a cliffhanger. Why was the head of bite closed?
And in this episode, we pick up right there and finally find out what's going on.
From there, we stop in at the iconic Nullarbor Roadhouse
before heading off the highway to check out the Murrowidgeny Caves.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh. I wouldn't suggest that to anybody. Don't do that. And then we head over to Scenic Lookout number 1 to get our first free epic view of the Bunda Cliff.
So that's a wrap. We're pretty much done. What'd you think? How was it?
I really enjoyed this, to be honest. I'm Irish. I've kissed the Blarney Stone. I love talking. Yeah. I could sit here all night. You've got a lot of knowledge. You're probably more involved in the whole industry than we are. We're kind of just build stuff, drink beer, and have fun. This has been really enjoyable. Thank you for inviting us on. I really enjoyed it.
So what's funny? The people that I dropped the gift off today, I said to them that I felt you and me would actually have really good, from watching your videos, like, yep, I've got to get down there, I've got to film an episode with you, as I think it's going to go really well.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be hard to keep it short, but I just felt it was going to be good banter.
Yeah.
So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And when we're back from the Cape, we've now moved down here permanently, so it could be something I can actually shoot up a couple of times.
I'm very keen.
Yep.
Love it.
Beautiful. So please like, comment, subscribe. Jump over to your channel, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us both on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. Definitely.
TikToks, you're on TikTok.
TikToks.
Follow him on TikTok.
On all the socials.
Yeah. And until next time, see ya.